Have you had a similar feeling at the end of other seasons?
Yeah, I have. I felt in the year 04, the 05, I think, year that we went to Detroit, I felt that was the end of my time here with that group of guys, and felt very strongly towards that. And actually, in my meetings, with Mitch and the players, pretty final with what I said with them at that time. But I came back and coached a year later, so it was nice to have that year off and get away from it, and the changes in the team kind of was a dramatic way to come back and enter again and try and coach this team back to the position we've gotten to again. And Kobe sat in the meeting and he said, I just sit and thinking that we've been to 7 championships in 10 years. It's been just unbelievable, and it's hard to imagine. The drought we went through was so sudden and so quick when we fell off the championships back in 04 through 06, that it seems like we fell off the train and got back on somewhere, and now we're in the front of the train heading down the tracks. And this team's in really good shape, going towards another opportunity to win. And if I'm not here, someone else is going to do the job.
You said before that the decision comes down to whether enough's enough. Is that where you're at right now, or?
Yeah.
So how do you determine that? I mean, is it in your heart?
I think it's an inner feeling, that you assess, the price and the, what it takes to do and how much time you have left to live, and to live a life that you want to lead. And also to try and, for myself to get even better health than I'm in now, so that I can lead even better life. So those are all things that I have to weigh as far as making. This career has been wonderful, but making the next one or the next phase in my life as meaningful as this has been.
In the years where you've leaned one way and obviously have come back, what changed your mind and your perspective?
I'm trying to think if I've leaned one way and come back. Last year I was going to assess things, but I felt like I was going to come back last year.
But you'd said that you
I had a
felt you sort
contract.
of-
Yeah, I had a contract, and I always like to fulfill a contract if I'm possibly able to do it, because that's an agreement that you've made with somebody, and it's meaningful. I pretty much felt my way into what I've done, from the heart standpoint or from the gut standpoint, my whole life.
Would you coach anywhere else?
I'm not going to rule that out, but it just doesn't look like it's that's an option. But you'd hate to say not, and then you're out a year, or whatever, and all of a sudden everything feels like it'd be fun to do it again. So I can't not say I'd never coach again.
If you did retire, what would you do?
I wish I had that all planned out, but really I couldn't. It would be right to be making plans about another life or another phase of my life and be as intensely involved in what I've done. So, I haven't got that planned out. Write a book, go on a grand lecture tour, those are all things that, people tell me that maybe I should think about doing, Of course, it's something I've will consider. But I think I have, some things to lend to this game. Not doing the intensive travel and the intensive work I've had to do to coach, but perhaps do it in a different way. And I'll wait and see what those opportunities would be.